Another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? Knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Man, woman, and children. Sun, moon, and stars. Everything that exists has to coexist within. Like I said, another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me?
Streets ain't never loved me since my brother died. My mother cried, tears in my eyes bleed red. Ain't no love inside. Streets left me dolly, my phone they left it holy. Dawn was in that passenger side when they tried to phone me.
Yeah, you know the streets ain't never love us.
Yeah. I've been shot, I was left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. You know these streets ain't never loved me.
I've been stabbed, I've been left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. You know the streets ain't never loved me.
I've been locked, I got charged for some shit I didn't do, nigga. You know these streets ain't never loved me.
Caught a case, went upstate, fuck the Jakes, nigga. Yeah, you know these streets ain't never loved me.
Laying up in the hospital bed in ICU. Hit that button like every 3 hours to get those blues, yeah. Laying in the test of pain, I know shit won't be the same. Sipping my stomach, shit don't stop a thing, I'm still a man, yeah. But who gon' be there when you doing time? Can't get no money, so they dropping down, these niggas bitter. And I hope they get the picture, I'm only getting bigger. The top cat out my litter, yeah. Tell you they love you, but they hate you on the low. They hold you back, how they expect for you to grow. I got locked up, ain't said me nothing, but I'm your nigga. My body numb, I got no feelings for you niggas. I'm from what niggas will shoot you right here in these hallways. If you got trust and that loyalty goes a long way. These size 11s, these pussies can't walk a mile in. They hit my cousin with life and he's still smiling. I've been shot, I was left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. You know these streets ain't never loved me.
I've been stabbed, I've been left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. You know the streets ain't never loved me.
I've been locked, I got charged for some shit I didn't do, nigga. You know these streets ain't never loved me.
Caught a case, went upstate, fuck the Jakes, nigga. Yeah, you know these streets ain't never loved me. Streets ain't never loved me since my brother died. My mother cried, tears in my eyes bleed red. Ain't no love inside. Streets left me dolly, my foreign they left it holy. Dawn was in that passenger seat when they tried to fold me. Remind me of my gun, that was real shit, this real spit. Rocks I was selling was smacking them, call it Will Smith. I ain't never told and never folded under pressure. Yeah, them Neek was in that ambulance with me, he was on that stretcher. Niggas tried to take my life, I couldn't tell you who. Many men might not make it, I'm here to tell the truth. Me and Jop, that's my brother, you know we moving tax. Brown boys fuck with the family and I'ma get them that. This my testimony, solid, all the rest is phony. Merrick niggas come at the fam and send your best opponent. I was stabbed, I was left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. I know the streets ain't never loved me. He was shot, he was left with a zipper on his stomach, nigga. You know the streets ain't never loved us. Gang, Merrick shit, it's how we music, nigga. Go.
Party people, party people, party people, party people. It is me, Big Dice the Ruler. Been outside since we was drinking Calvin Coolers. I say it's me, Big Dice the Ruler. I've been outside since most of us was in here was drinking Calvin Coolers. You know what I'm saying? Feeling good, looking good. How y'all feeling? How y'all looking? Pardon me, y'all, for everybody on Instagram. My Wi-Fi was a little messed up. Everything got corrected. Everything got corrected. Your boy is back. I'm gonna give some people some time to come up in here. I got some real things to talk about. So all you people from Harlem, I know how y'all feel. Especially you people from Harlem. But I got some things to talk about today because we're going to talk about Poe. We're going to talk about Poe. Can you dig it? Yeah, today we're going to talk about Poe. I got some things I want to talk about. I got some things that I want to talk about today. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, get over to my man Monster Mo. Make sure y'all get over to Monster Mo. Make sure y'all get over to my man Monster Mo and just talk real talk. Can y'all dig what I'm saying to you? Make sure y'all get over there. That's a fact. Make sure y'all get over there. Yep, I see you shaking your head already, Annette, so I know you in the building. Yo, China, I see you. 050 is in the building. If y'all can hear me crystal clear, Angie, baby, is in the building. In the words of China, put it in the comment section. That's a cold-blooded fact. Shout out to TT. Yo, y'all got TT so mad the other day. TT said, y'all could just suck my with extra glico sauce. She said, sorry, China. She said I had to take that one because some of these guys, some of these people up here, yo, if y'all can hear me crystal clear, do me a favor. Anybody but a dead body, do me a favor. Put some dice cubes in the chat. I got some content for y'all. I got some things to talk about. And I'm telling y'all, matter of fact, I gave y'all a break. I gave it a break. I gave everybody a break. I gave everybody a break. We need some more members. When I get to 30 members, I will be giving away the first Cash App giveaway. When we get to 30 members, I will be giving away the first Cash App raffle ever. Once we get 30 members, we're about 20, 21. We need about 9 more members. So if y'all ain't scared, make sure y'all be prepared. Thank you. My baby Keisha said everything is crystal clear. Let me get to the top and shout y'all out. The first one to pop up in the building is the sister Annette. She's here. My man, Sir Valentino, he here. Ghost Town Bullies, I see you in the building. Appreciate you for pulling up. FTC Vice. You see, we got Angie. Angie, baby, she's 24. She's 24 months in. It's 2 years. Y'all better act like y'all act. Y'all better act like y'all act for this great Sir Valentino. Better get up in here and get some of this great content because your boy, I'm going to stop bluffing. This is what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to start doing content only on weekdays. Or I'm going to do content only on weekends, meaning Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But I'm going to do some stuff that's going to change the world. We got the head honcho. 050 is in the building. Salute to China. He is in the building. Angie, baby, she's in here. Y'all see it. She's in it. Queen Tish TV. I see you, sis. I appreciate you for pulling up in the building. We got some grown folks conversation to go on into the day. I got some things I want to talk about. Y'all done messed up. My Wi-Fi is back. Everything is back. I got some content to talk about. One of my mans asked me the other day, shout out to Hoodies Up, man. We was talking. And he was like, yo, Dice, you never went behind the avatar and stuff like that. I started going behind the avatar because I started praying because, certain people, I started letting people know I'm not thinking about nobody like that on YouTube unless it's about some great content. I don't want people running around just taking pictures all night, standing, whatever it should be. Shout out to everybody in the dark sector. Shout out to everybody in the dirty sector. Big Dice ain't over there. I've been kicked out the whip. Big Dice has been kicked out the whip. I've been kicked out the whip by myself. They was like, yo, Dice. I said, nah, it ain't me. To the great people and the members that be telling me, yo, Dice, we need you to stick to this content. The people that be hitting me on the gram, the people that be hitting me in the comments talking about, yo, Dice, stay on that content. That's what we fucking with you for. Keep our own lane over here. Malcolm Jamal Warner sector. You know, intelligence over ignorance over here. Y'all know I'm growing my beard in. I'm still getting my full beard in. Get that laced up this weekend. Word up. Miss Queen Teach TV said, China, you follow my people from Long Island. Laugh out loud. Put it in the comment section. The scope of Discovery Media. Appreciate you for pulling up in the building. For all the new people that's pulling up in the building, y'all know we don't do the crazy. We don't do, number one, let's get this straight. We don't do well, we already know that. We don't do the disrespect. We don't do the trolling. We don't do the nonsense coming from other chats. So to a lot of the people, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people that don't know that when they new come in, because they have different, you know, they have different etiquette when it comes to certain chats. We just trying to tell you how we rock over here. It's grown folks content. It's grown folks content. Look at you, China. See your boy. See, China said, hold up, who's Teach? See, we got more sectors, China. You know that? Put it in the comment section. China, you know we got great people that's coming from all over that's trying to get in touch with us. Yo, East New York, I see you in the building. Queen Gigi, I see you in the building, sis. I got some things to talk about today. They done fucked around and fixed the Wi-Fi problem. So y'all know what this means. I got some content, some grown folks content for y'all. I got some new stuff for my man Hard Luck. So check this out. Remember how we used to party back in the days off that song? Follow me. Hey. Check out this new one from Hard Luck featuring Oscama, y'all. Let's dance for a second, y'all. Let's rock out. Let's go.
Trench. You know what the fuck going on? Scammer, what up, nigga?
Let's go, Hayes.
Zip.
Yo, smash that like button, y'all.
We gonna zip these niggas the fuck up, man. Zip like it. Hardy.
I'm in a beam with the beam. Real OG mix supreme with Celine. Park Ave nigga got a thing for that cream. Nigga try me, he gon' bleed on the scene. Heavy in the trench to these fiends, I'm a king. I was hitting plugs, getting wings on the wing. Blues on the arm. 90-day run ran up 200 large while you snooze your alarm. Get before the sauna, that's the rules of the mob. Put your hands up, keep it cool, keep it calm. Don't make me spark it. You gon' die broke, they gon' cremate your body and donate your organs. It's a trench, baby world, shit get savage. Lil' bro smoking bass said he fasted. Put a battery in his back, niggas gassed him. He ain't even got no car and he crashing. And that SF90 I be mashing. FN poking out the hoodie just for fashion. Tell them niggas pipe down or it's action. I'm that nigga right now, you a has-been.
I keep it sick, but I don't smoke six. $250,000 running work for 3 year coke bit. My fam told like jam, now we not fam. Now he don't even go to the store, he got no fam. The bros get more bread than they big bros. Serve a J on the east side, told him get ghost. Posted with the Blitz, we don't do it for a post. You be beastin', you a bitch, you be trying to do the most. Why you beefing over eaters, I'm shooting like Mellow. Why you acting like a tweaker, you a good kid, jello. And I'm fresh off a lick, it was no rose petals. Got a 38 on me, easy style, nothing special. And these bullets smack down on your head, I don't wrestle. I just shoot it at her neck, she ain't got no blood vessel. She can get it on her arm, but she know I'm going bill her. And these niggas that be saying LTN be trying to kill you. Bro serve his moms and he told her no shorts. Used to be the boss, now he worked the food court. We all know he told when he smoked the Newport. He got hit in his kufi, now he look like pulled pork.
Yo, shout out to my guy FCC Vice up in the building. Let's get to this content. First of all, you know, everybody's going around talking about this EBT still. So to the people that's an effect that is really affecting, I can't tell you what to do. I know there's a lot of people that's not going to starve. Rest in peace to my nigga Half. He always told me your stomach is not going to wait to be fed. When your stomach is growling, trust me, your stomach is not going to be wait to be fed. The only time you might wait for your stomach to be fed is when it's time for you to feed your kids. Hey, Miss Tanja, I see you. That's a fact. When it's time, that's the only time T said, you know what, I feel bad about the people that's hungry. Because let me explain something to you. Ain't nobody gonna wait. Ain't nobody. I don't care. It's nobody in here. It's nobody in this chat. I don't care if you're Muslim, you're Catholic. I don't care if you tell yourself you're fasting. When your stomach starts growling, people talking about crack cocaine. Let your ass be hungry, and you will do you will do something strange for some change. They talking about people that went crazy and started doing crazy stuff when it came to crack. Let your stomach start roar. That's a fact. See, first of all, this is something. This is bigger. See, everybody paying attention to EBT, but y'all not paying attention to the way that they're slightly inflicted martial law. Okay, boom. Situations with EBT, if they start overpopulating these stores, they start rushing these stores, they start looting, stealing, etc., etc. They got a lot of parents. They got big stories going around on the TV right now. Four mothers so far have been arrested, shoplifted for stealing food. Pay attention to this. It's deeper than that. Now, if you're a mother and you sitting up there saying, yo, my babies is in the house and they need something to eat, and you're gonna go to that store or you're gonna go get what you. I know people down here that steal for a living. I know people down here that if you give them a list when it comes to steaks, prawns, shrimps, filet maltapillon, tilapia, whatever you need, they're gonna go get it. So I'm talking about a person that's not a thief and a person that's just trying to feed their children and themselves. Look at the bigger picture. Okay, if you go to jail, ladies and gentlemen, if you go to jail for shoplifting, and you are a mother, and you are arrested for shoplifting, Child Protective Services will be involved in your life. I'm going to say this again. See, it's deeper than what people are looking at. All right, boom, it's not going to be no EBT. People are going to start looting from these stores. Then they're going to have Child Protective Services in people's relationships because they want to know if you're a parent, why are you stealing? What type of role model are you? What type of role model of you that will go out here and steal? See, they're not thinking about the fact that you're hungry. They're not thinking about the fact that your babies is hungry. They just want to know, who do you think you are? Like, who do you think you are? So now Child Protective Services, you got children getting taken away. You got children that's running away from home now. All type of nonsense. And then on top of that, besides the looting, pay attention to the wave of crime that's going to increase now. No, seriously, pay attention to the wave of crime that's going to increase, because let me explain something to you. Do you know what's going to skyrocket right now? Can anybody tell me what's going to skyrocket right now in the streets? Besides crime, can anybody in here tell me what is going to skyrocket in the streets right now? Well, I'm going to give you a hint. What's going to skyrocket in the street is more drugs are going to be sold. Okay, I'm going to say it to you again. What's going to be skyrocketed in the street worldwide, more drugs are going to be sold. More marijuana is going to be consumed. More cocaine is going to be consumed. More heroin is going to be consumed. More fentanyl is going to be consumed. You know why? Because when people going through shit, they try to escape the reality with drugs. That's that work. That's a fact. T said work. She said, when I said work, I meant drugs. Right now, it's going to get so crazy that the niggas that got work, you think the stick-up kids is looking at them? Now you got people that's hungry that's looking at them. You got people that's saying to themselves now, I'm not going to take this $30 or this $40 or this $100 or whatever to this person. I'm not going to pay them for no drugs. They're a drug dealer. They're criminals. They got some people that's going to say, well, I'm going to take that shit. They got people saying, well, my babies and them is going to get high. I'm not going to keep taking this money to this drug dealer and not going to feed my child. I'm going to take my chances by robbing this drug dealer. First of all, heroin right now is back. Heroin is back. It's at high demand. Annette said, yo, Dice, work is going to be high. People are going to start getting stuck up. Let me tell you something. Better get yourself a washing machine and a dryer. You better get yourself a washing machine and a dryer, because to a person that ain't ate in 8 days or 10 days or 12 days, that little $20, that roll of quarters, that little $40, them 2 rolls of quarters, that's enough for somebody to pursue you and rob you. That's enough for people to pursue you and harm you and rob you. Okay, now pay attention. What about them kids that live with their grandparents? What about them adults that live with their grandparents and their parents and their parents and grandparents are so dependent on these subsidies that are given out from the government? We got Donald Trump saying he don't care what the legislators said. He don't care what they talking about. Until the Democrats bow down to him, he's not going to relinquish any money. So they done told people, yo, don't worry about what he's talking about. Because it's so tight right now on the money, it's certain people in certain places that are going to be affected. And then there's certain people in certain places that are going to be decreased. And then there's certain people in certain places that at this particular time, nothing is going to happen. Everything is going to remain to be the same. T said that the food banks. Ghost Bully said low overhead, better money management. We will survive. See, let me explain something to you. You know why I know I will survive? Because I come from family members that been in situations where there weren't lights. I've been in families, and I know family members, and I know family members down here. When you talk about survival, man, I got a cousin named Daryl. That nigga don't need to eat meat. All he need is black-eyed peas, okra, and white rice. All he need is black-eyed peas, okra, and white rice. If he should luck up and get some chicken or something like that, he feel blessed. But that nigga don't get that nigga. I got a cousin named Daryl that'll cook the best black-eyed peas you've ever tasted in your life. You know why? Because that was a recipe that was passed down from my aunt and then my great aunt. You dig what I'm saying? His mother and his grandmother. Lola, I see you, girl. People are going to survive, right? When it comes to sustaining themselves. But there are going to be a lot of people that are not going to survive because they're going to become captive. They're going to become hostage. They're going to become under pressure, like people say. Because right now, with this right now, like you said, it's not everybody that's not going to survive. It's an old time saying is only the strong will survive. They got people that say, I don't got to eat as long as my kids eat. They got people to be like, yeah, I don't got to touch no food as long as my kids got food. But what about the elderly that all they have is themselves or all they have is each other? That have these fixed budgets. What about them? What about them? Like I said, the schools, the kids ain't going to school no more. They in the street. The kids is in the street right now. You might be able to get a kid nowadays to successfully go to junior high school. I'm not talking about the overall. I'm not talking about the minute, the 12% or maybe the 9% that actually finish school, that actually go to get a high school diploma, and some just say they're going to work, and then some say they're going to get a college. That's a low percentage, like 12, 17% out of 100% of children. Lola said, once COVID came, people should have alkalined their bodies and changed how and what they ate. If they didn't think, excuse me, if they did this, this wouldn't be a conversation right now. Like I said, basically, like she said, a lot of people don't know how to fast. Some people just continuously want to, what's that gluttony, want to continue to eat. But now to the fact when it's saying like the food banks and the food industry right now, when it comes to foreign food that's being sent over here, it is impacted heavily. The fishing market is totally different. You know, a lot of people have a fish mat. A lot of people don't eat red meat and stuff like that. Some people are just into fish and stuff like that. When it comes to things like bananas, sugar cane. Do you see what just happened in Jamaica with Hurricane Melissa? See, that was another big thing that people was talking about, because all the three most powerful islands, Puerto Rico, Cuba, Haiti, all of them out that have certain things that they produce that the United States need, now they were toppled with Hurricane Melissa. I seen a video. Shout out to Jammer Road in them. Somebody put they link. It's called Jammer Road, JAMMOROAD. It's a young youth in the dread. They be chatting, singing and all that, a great vibe, straight dread shit. They showed the impact of when people were really outside when Hurricane Melissa was just trembling through Jamaica like that. The sad part about it is people ask this question, why are all these people outside? Because people have to go to work. People have bills to pay. Ghost Bully said, yo, Dice, some people just don't care. They're going to starve. It's someone in a dealership right now about to accept the $800 car note for a Honda, and that's a daggone shame. Because it's the truth. T said, my family is from the Dominican Republic, and it's devastated. I was just talking about that. I wanted to show something to you ladies right quick. How many of y'all ladies in the chat be working out? How many of y'all be going to the gym? Anybody in the chat to be going to the gym? You know, getting your little workout on? Anybody in the chat be going to the gym? Lola said, Jamaica wants a smart city, so Hurricane Melissa was meant to destroy them so they can buy the land and make it a smart city. Damn, that's crazy. East New York said, occasionally I might go to the gym, you know what I'm saying, get my little work on. Well, how would you feel, East New York, if something like this was working out with you in the gym? Something like that was working out with you in the gym. How would you, would you feel comfortable working around something like that? Well, let me show y'all why y'all shouldn't feel comfortable working around something like this. Let me show y'all why y'all shouldn't feel comfortable working around something like that. Remember, y'all heard this first. Let's go.
Become a Park man accused of posing as a woman to secretly record women in gym locker rooms being held without bond tonight. Fox 5's Julie Donaldson live outside the Montgomery County Courthouse with those details tonight. Julie.
Hey, Marina. Well, the defense attorney asked the judge to consider a less restrictive option than being held without bond, arguing that while the crimes are problematic, they're not violent. But the judge, well, she disagreed with that, taking into consideration the danger of the crimes and the fact that there are two other pending charges in Prince George's County of similar offenses. Now, police first learned of the suspect on October 10th after a woman at One Life Fitness in Germantown reported a man entered the woman's locker room and recorded her in the shower.
Check this out, y'all. Now, the sad part about it is, there's some women that look like that nigga. It's a few of y'all on YouTube. There's some women that look just like that nigga. Just like this. Yes, they are. See, I did this to let y'all ladies know something. You see this? You see this type of foo-foo thing here? I'm going to come from behind the counter for this. You see this type of foo-foo thing here? Where you have men dressing up to be women You have men dressing up to be women. You see that? You have men dressing up to be women. Ron BX, salute. Yo, Angie, real rap. It's a few look just like this. I know y'all know a couple of people that look like this on YouTube right now. But let's get back to the content. This nigga is such a creep and a moron and a pervert and a fucking clown. I'm not going to say excuse my language because you know what? I'm going to keep it funky with you. That's who some of y'all be talking to behind some of these avatars. That's who y'all be talking to behind some of these avatars. That's why a lot of them creep ass niggas and them creep ass females, I get them out the chat. I never forget. Shout out to TT the Oracle. Shout out to TT the Oracle. She did a show the other night. You know TT, she did a little show. She said, anybody ask me whatever you want. She said, but don't be asking me nothing stupid. I never forget this. People ask some great questions. I asked the question myself. The question that I asked her was, when she finally recognized that she had a gift, did it scare her? City boy, I see you in the building. And she said, at first it did, Dice. She said, at first it did. She said, but when she got older, because she realized from around 4 or 5 years old that it was something that was different about her. But it was a dude in the chat. I'm not gonna say his name. I'm not gonna say his name. It's just that everybody just, was having an adult conversation with her. And then out of the blue, he writes in the chat, do you shave? He writes, he takes the time to type in this woman's chat and asked her a question and said, does she shave her vagina? Shout out to TT. She's so gangster with it. She said, I don't even believe you said that to me. She said, I'm going to put you in timeout for 10 seconds. She said, I'm going to give you like 10 seconds to get your mind together and think. Not saying that person is like that, but that's these type of niggas. Let's go.
At One Life Fitness in Germantown reported a man entered the woman's locker room and recorded her in the shower. Investigators later identified the suspect as 44-year-old Chikunidi Tati of Tacoma Park, arresting him on October 9th at the Planet Fitness in White Oak. Police say that Tati was at the gym for 7 hours without working out. He would then put on a wig and pretend to be a woman to enter the locker room where he would film his victims. He would then hide his disguise while leaving to avoid detection. He is now facing up to a year in jail on multiple counts of peeping Tom and visual surveillance of a...
Pay attention again. I want you to pay attention to this clown again. Let's go.
County Courthouse with those details tonight. Julie?
Hey, Marina. Well, the defense attorney asked the judge to consider a less restrictive option than being held without bond, arguing that while the crimes are problematic, they're not violent. But the judge, well, she disagreed with that, taking into consideration the danger of the crimes and the fact that there are 2 other pending charges in Prince George's County of similar offenses. Now, police first learned of the suspect on October 10th after a woman at One Life Fitness in Germantown reported a man entered the woman's locker room and recorded her in the shower. Investigators later identified the suspect as 44-year-old Chikunidi Tati of Tacoma Park, arresting him on October 9th at the Planet Fitness in White Oak. Police say that Tati was at the gym for 7 hours without working out. He would then put on a wig and pretend to be a woman to enter the locker room where he would film his victims. He would then hide his disguise while leaving to avoid detection. He is now facing up to a year in jail on multiple counts of peeping Tom and visual surveillance of a private area.
One of the biggest factors that a judge is looking at when determining bond is dangerousness. So in this case, the judge determined that there was no less restrictive means to ensure the safety of the community. People need to be able to feel safe when they are at the gym showering. So this defendant will remain held without bond until trial, which will be in district court on December 15th.
Now, an interpreter was in court to translate as the suspect speaks Lingala, the native language.
You can't play both sides, you niggas gotta choose. Niggas out here being tough until they make the news. Mama said her son ain't hurt nobody. The streets said her son was catching plenty bodies. If you accept these charges, then please hold. In every hood, it was a nigga that was tough, but he still told. Like, what I gotta do to make you niggas rhyme? Like, I'm ready to kill when the kind of minds I'm cautious. I'm dealing with more sticks than a porcupine. Quill spines, whatever you wanna call them. Yeah, plus my little mama, she a trap queen. Doggy when she mixed with that Fetty, give him a wop lean. It was a whole lot of cars when there was stimmies round. We going over a year and half you niggas down. All these expensive clothes, like was that smart? Now they uploading their clothes on the Poshmark. Switch, baby, careful with this. I mean, it's bitch sharp. One across, one down the middle, look like a chrome heart. Damn, I'm always outside. I'm like high from who? Bound to put your car on skates. You think you slide through? I help build my niggas. This ain't Legos. Protect the fan by any means. I be Diego. Yeah, tiger to you niggas. I'm an animal. It's a jungle where I'm from. What y'all wanna do? You can't play both sides. You niggas gotta choose. Niggas out here being tough until they make the news. Mama said her son ain't hurt nobody. The streets said her son was catching plenty bodies. If you accept these charges, then please hold. In every hood, it was a nigga that was tough, but he still told.
If you know, you know. Anybody that knows this picture right here, this is one of the mentors. This is one of the mentors. Yo, Fruit, I see you in the building. Salute. This is one of the mentors from my neighborhood that I came up admiring and had the honor to be in his life. And God put him, the Most High put him in my life. And I've learned a lot of great things from this man. The one-armed monks, the JCs, the houses, the divines, God bless the dead, the big shoes. Shout out to Big Shoe, to the Lords, to a lot of great people. You know what I'm saying? So his death right here, like, you know, like a lot of people in Brooklyn, like this, the death right here, they kind of fuck Brooklyn up. You know, I got shout out to him again. Some legendary cats. If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? And I got him immortalized into this picture right here with three of the most, I could say, influential men that the Most High has put in my life. The first one is Demencio, may he rest in peace. The second one is my man Steve, aka Rumble, Decepticon royalty, may he rest in peace. And then the last one is a gentleman that I met by the name of Marcellus James. And he lost his life, and I named my son after him because I want him to live forever. Well, when it comes to this man right here, you understand what I'm saying to you? When it comes to Demencio, there's a bad taste in my mouth when it comes to this man right here. When it comes to this man right here. That's a fact, Fruit. When it comes to this man right here, I'm non-biased. I've always said, I even said it on one of my shorts. Some people may say it's disrespectful, but you know, at times I be feeling disrespected. So I do disrespectful, and I say disrespectful things because it's disrespectful to me that somebody I came up with in the hood that was one of the ones. I'm talking about one of the ones that his presence was so, it was so incorporated with love and respect and honor. It was just an honor to be around him and the Puttios and the Lou Hobbs and et cetera, the Johnny Greenlees, the Sun Guards, you know what I'm saying? The Trevs, the Studs, rest in peace. So it's like when it came to Poe, allegedly, with no allegations saying that he was solely responsible for the death of Demencio, I've always said fuck Poe. I've always said fuck Poe. A lot of people in Harlem, they have their description of him. A lot of people that's on the other side of Harlem that's not really with him or never was with him, their reason or description where they feel disappointed in him is because of his so-called involvement with the death of Rich Porter. A lot of people say, you know, because of the shit with Rich, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people they don't really talk about the fact about him telling or cooperating. You know what I'm saying? They don't talk about him cooperating because he let it be known. You dig what I'm saying? He ain't no sucker. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, I really wouldn't give a fuck how tough a nigga is. You dig what I'm saying? Like on some real shit, when you took something that I cared about away from me, you know, and I would never go into the politics of why Demencio is no longer here from certain things that I may have been told that I may agree with or I may not disagree with it. I just have one thing to say: Demencio is not here, so I'm never gonna be, you know what I'm saying, in the praises of this man right here. But we got a little story that's going on that's real controversial about this man right here. Because me personally, I was the first one to say this, but I got to give the props out to my man Monster Mo. You know what I'm saying? I got to give the props out. Do me a favor, Angie. Somebody do me a favor and drop Monster Mo. Just Talk, Real Talk TV, because he did a show. Shout out to one of the most notable and respected women from Harlem, Miss T. Shout out to my nigga Big Face Gary. I knew him from Rockefeller when he was the A&R manager over there. Shout out to my little cousin Travis for bringing me around them cats. But if you're not subscribed to Big Face Gary, get over there to Big Face Gary and subscribe to him. He had a conversation with her / interview that was one of the most anticipated conversations ever because of her validation as far as her street credibility and it's the fact that the amongst of millionaires that she stayed in a conglomerate with and how she was respected. You understand what I'm saying to you? For just who she was. Disregard the fact of her being a woman. She was respected for her honor and her character and the way she used to make them things disappear. One of her close friends also is Rich. Shout out to Fruit. He did a show talking about Fritz from Harlem. Very powerful man. Ain't no allegations, ain't no allegedly to it when it came to him being a part of that cocaine trade that a lot of people fucked with. Yeah, they said like it was they joked about Fritz losing $1 million, $2 million, and it was nothing. It was nothing. Like this is the middle of the 80s, 80, 87, 88, and niggas is losing $2 and $3 million, and it's nothing to them. That's a fact. That's a fact, East New York. He's the one that brought it back to my attention because I don't believe that ALPO Martinez is dead. Matter of fact, let's go. Let's take a little trip down memory lane. Let's get into this right quick. Remember where y'all heard it first, man. This right here is personal. We're doing this for Brooklyn. Let's go.
This notorious drug lord, ALPO Martinez, shot and killed on the streets of Harlem. He was a larger-than-life figure who seemed to defy death. Fox 5's Lisa Evers goes over who he was and why he might have had a long list of enemies.
He was one of the city's most notorious drug dealers, famous since the 1980s for his murderous ways and mountains of cash and drugs, immortalized in dozens of rap songs and the movie Paid in Full. But it all came to an end for ALPO Martinez right here on the streets of Harlem, right where it all began. These are exclusive photos of ALPO Martinez on previous visits to Harlem in recent years. But his latest visit turned out to be his last. On Sunday, about 3:20 a.m., police were called to Frederick Douglass Boulevard near West 147th Street. A dark red pickup truck crashed into parked cars. The driver was shot 5 times in the chest through the car window and killed.
I heard 5 shots, 1 and then four consecutive shots after that.
It was ALPO, but his driver's license and other IDs had his witness protection name of Abraham Rodriguez, with
This notorious drug lord, ALPO Martinez, shot and killed on the streets of Harlem. He was a larger-than-life figure who seemed to defy death. Fox 5's Lisa Evers goes over who he was and why he might have had a long list of enemies.
He was one of the city's most notorious drug dealers, famous since the 1980s for his murderous ways and mountains of cash and drugs, immortalized in dozens of rap songs and the movie Paid in Full. But it all came to an end for ALPO Martinez right here on the streets of Harlem, right where it all began. These are exclusive photos of ALPO Martinez on previous visits to Harlem in recent years. But his latest visit turned out to be his last. On Sunday, about 3:20 a.m., police were called to Frederick Douglass Boulevard near West 147th Street. A dark red pickup truck crashed into parked cars. The driver was shot 5 times in the chest through the car window and killed.
I heard 5 shots, 1 and then four consecutive shots after that.
It was ALPO, but his driver's license and other IDs had his witness protection name of Abraham Rodriguez, with a Lewiston, Maine address. The murder scene stretched for blocks up to 151st Street. ALPO had been given a new identity when he was released from a Colorado Supermax prison in 2015 after serving more than 20 years for 14 murders. But instead of lying low, he couldn't seem to stay away from New York.
He's been seen riding around Harlem most of the time. You know, he's been seen down in Harlem a lot.
In addition to the murder convictions, ALPO was widely believed to have turned on many of his former associates in order to shave years off what could have been a life sentence. There is no shortage of people who may have wanted payback.
Other than him being who he is, there seems to be a thing with guns going on that everyone's, you know, it's getting out of hand with the guns. Everyone seems to have a gun right now.
Sources tell me that ALPO may have been shot while sitting in his car further down the block and then tried to drive away to escape. Investigators will be looking at forensic evidence as well as surveillance video to get a clearer picture of what really happened. In Harlem, I'm Lisa Evers, Fox 5 News.
My fault, y'all. Now you see, you know that's where they fucked up at, right? You do know that's where they fucked up at, right? You do know where they fucked up at. Can anybody tell me where they fucked up at? Annette Dean from Harlem, she says the east side of Harlem loves and respects Poe. They had no funeral, no balloon release, nothing. That's the only reason why she still believes that he's alive, because they'd have did it big for him if he was no longer there physically. I want y'all to pay attention to something. You know, I'll be liking to do my little investigative reporting. This is the truck that ALPO Martinez was in. Ron BX said, man, ain't nobody die and come back and tell me what happened. So he's deceased to me. He said he dead. Ness said, shout out to Abraham. He is dead. Poe, not Poe. Check this out. Now, I spoke about this before when I was talking about the groupings. The groupings. The reason why I know the terminology of groupings now is because of going to the range. Going to the range with my cousins and them. They have this thing called groupings. If you pay attention to the car, if you pay attention to where the bullets are, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I may say 6 because this right here looks like 2 bullets might have went through that. So that means this whole grouping right here This whole section where the shots was fired, I want people to pay attention to that. And I want you to pay attention to everything else on the other side of this car. You don't see no shell shots or no holes in the armrest. You don't see none on the shower, on the top. You don't see none on the rear view. You see them in a group of setting right there. This right here, to me, is a professional shooter. A professional shooter. A professional shooter. Or what I mean is a licensed or a trained shooter. Someone that has been actually taught how to shoot. Annette, you know what I mean by when I say groupings. If somebody was not known for using a gun or the velocity of a firearm or how to bust that firearm and keep it accurate or on its target, they would not know about these groupings. It would be sporadic bullets everywhere. If it's the first time somebody's pulling out a gun and they're just shooting, the bullets would have been all over. Matter of fact, I can't even guarantee that all the bullets would have went through that front door right there, like that set of grouping just targeted to the fact where he would be automatically hit because he's driving. Annette said those are perfect shots. No street dude is shooting that sharp. Now she from Harlem, y'all. She ain't doing no motherfucker. There ain't no dummy name. There ain't no troll account. There ain't no troll account. She from Harlem. She told East New York, she said, yo, nobody is talking about Poe's alleged death. No candles, no parties, no reunions. Think about it. When Harlem lose somebody, they do it big every year. Like she said, they throw parties and all that shit. But this young man right here is the one that was arrested. Dog Soldier, I see you, beloved. This man right here. This man right here. Was allegedly arrested because ALPO Martinez was allegedly sleeping with his girlfriend. Now hold on, listen to what my man said. Ron said, yo, that's Poe you talking about, laugh out loud. He was still here, he would be in Harlem. I beg to differ, I disagree. People said that this time, allegedly, Mr. ALPO Martinez was not feeling comfortable. He was not feeling comfortable being known because allegedly he was now involved back in selling heroin. The night when he was allegedly killed, they said that witnesses said that when he was shot, he was throwing bags of what they came back to say bundles of heroin out of the window when he was on the way to the precinct. Pay attention. He was on the way to the precinct and he was allegedly throwing bags and stuff out of the window? Huh? That don't make no sense. We got to get into this.
The streets ain't never loved me. The streets ain't never loved me, yeah. The streets ain't never loved me, yeah.
Streets ain't never loved me since my brother died. My mother cried. Tears in my eyes bleed red. Ain't no love inside. Streets left me dolly. My phone, they left it holy. Dawn was in that passenger side when they tried to phone me.
Yeah, you know the streets ain't never love us.
Yeah.
You see what Annette said? This is the man that was arrested for unaliving, allegedly, Mr. ALPO Martinez. This man here is allegedly the man that was arrested, in charge and convicted with the death of ALPO Martinez. But pay attention to what Annette said. The young man right here was released. The young man right here was released. Why would he be released if he was supposedly in jail for killing this man. So since when y'all heard about somebody being arrested for unaliving somebody, and then the person that's was unalive, just because he's no longer here, the person that was charged for it, they say, well, come on home. There's people that's still in jail right now for murders. There's people that went to jail for murders, did 10, 15, 20 years, 8 years, 9 years, 10 years, depending on the technicalities pertaining to the unaliving of a person. But you mean to tell me a person that was allegedly arrested for the death of ALPO Martinez was let go? Shout out to Monster Mo. I want y'all to pay attention to what he said. Fair YouTube usage. You understand what I'm saying to you? Fair YouTube usage on my man Monster Mo. I know he ain't gonna beef about this, but I need y'all to pay attention and listen real good. Let's go.
When he got shot, when ALPO got shot, I was sad and hurt. And then 2 days later, I wasn't crying no more. I wasn't sad. Nobody was sad no more. Think about what he's saying, man. Real thoughts and real talk. He's not saying like, oh, ALPO got killed and there's some bad news.
What he's saying is, pay attention. This is ALPO's friend. Listen to what ALPO's friend said when he was being interviewed about ALPO. Let's go.
Right here.
Let's just say it like this. When he first got shot, I was very sad and hurt. And then 2 days later, I had no reason to be sad and hurt no more. I was leaving it at that. And no one was crying after that in that beginning.
When he got shot, when ALPO got shot, I was sad and hurt. And then 2 days later, I wasn't crying no more. I wasn't sad. Nobody was sad no more. Think about what he's saying, man. Real thoughts and real talk. He's not saying like, oh, ALPO got killed and there's some bad news that ALPO did something bad, came out, and it made me that the emotions I had of sadness for him maybe like, oh, this nigga's a... No, he's saying something was heard, something went around that this man is still alive. These people in this video, Cavari and all these niggas, Cavario, a lot of people know this man's still alive, man. Miss T, there's a lot of people that he knows, they know he's still alive, homie. And the way Son said that, which we gonna get into, because we outside, they doing construction and all that, you feel me? I'm at the other job now, you feel me? I just left the other joint. But I want to settle down and do this shit on the crib and all that. But listen to what he said. I'm gonna put it down. I don't know if y'all can hear this.
When he first got shot, I was very sad and hurt. And then 2 days later, I had no reason to be sad and hurt no more. I was leaving it.
He said when he heard that his man got shot, this is ALPO man. This is fucking man. He said when he heard that Poe got shot, he was upset. He was heartbroken. He was very sad. He said, but 2 days later, he wasn't sad no more. I still miss my mans to this day. Thousands of years ago. To this day, I still miss them. How could I say somebody that I call my man, a family member or friend that was unalive, that was taken away from me against their will? I was sad for 2 days, but after that, I wasn't sad no more. That don't make no sense to me, y'all. That don't really make too much motherfucking sense to me. And it ain't like I'm saying the shit. It ain't like I'm saying the shit. His man saying that shit. Sister T, make sure you go over to Big Face Gary and watch the interview. It was a time when she was talking about people talking about Fritz, God bless his soul, and I mean ALPO. And then she said, she paused and went like this. She said, and he'll deal with it when he deal with it. First of all, how could a person that is physically supposed to be unalive, that is supposed to be no longer here, how is he going to be able to deal with someone who's physically alive that's in the streets that they said allegedly after his unaliving, they started to disrespect or tarnish his name? Why would she say that he would deal with them when he is ready? Unless she's trying to say something spiritual, like, you know, like she got connections to Jamaica or Panama or wherever she's from. What is she saying? She'll deal with them. He'll deal with them when he's ready from an afterlife. Nah, I don't believe that. I don't bullshit, like that little white boy say. Bullshit. Why? Like Annette said, why is Harlem not giving lavish parties? Come on Halloween. On Halloween, they said it was some people, quote unquote, that was very upset with ALPO's presence. The same person in that interview said ALPO used to pull up and always have his gun on him. And then you heard the leaked evidence where he was just saying how he would pull up on niggas and be like, yo, what we on today? What we dancing? We having a good time? We drinking? We gonna get on some murder shit? They said that was his arrogance. And shout out to the dude Up for Debate TV. Shout out to Up for Debate TV. Dude been on YouTube a while. Great podcast. He got some legendary content pertaining to things in the street. But before ALPO Martinez disappearance, that's what I'm gonna say. Because for the person that supposedly unalived and went up, before Mr. ALPO Martinez disappearance, he had given Up for Debate some real exclusive footage about a lot of things and a lot of individuals that was going on in Harlem. Him talking about Chrissy, Jim Jones' girlfriend, him talking about Jim Jones, him and Jim Jones having a problem in the street, and Jim Jones calling out allegedly to a big gang member in Jersey. And then the big gang member in Jersey called ALPO man, and ALPO told his man to tell her, yo, don't even worry about that shit. So it's like a lot of conversations. Shout out to Up for Debate TV. As far as the interesting journalistic part of it, I respect it. Poe was a very interesting man. If it probably didn't touch me personally from knowing Demencio and knowing about that whole ordeal that was going on with ALPO wife and Demencio, if it didn't really affect me the way, who knows? The only thing that I can say about the niggas, he a rat. 1, 2, Freddie salute. But shit, the nigga was also a murderer. See, that's something different. You niggas just talking about like the nigga was just telling on niggas like he was a fearful individual. No, the nigga was a killer. Let's get that right. Let's get that right. I'm not taking nothing from him. It's a bunch of people that I know that are physically no longer here, or maybe physically incarcerated in jail, or they may be still in the street for alleged murders or homicides that they may have been involved with, allegedly. I still looked at them niggas like they was my mans because of the impact of what the street has done to us. That's the code of the street. The only reason why I'm so adamant about the way I feel about ALPO Martinez is because that was one of my men. That was one of my elders. That was one of the dudes in my hood that molded and shaped at our hood, and the dudes that we, even though I think about it now, how that gravitation from children, that imperative years of children, when certain things are so interesting and obviously attractive to us, when we try to emulate everything that we see of importance. Everything that we see of importance, we was taught that the police was not to be trusted. We was taught that it was taboo. Don't talk to the police. If you're talking to the police about anything, you're going to be labeled as a snitch. And the sad part about it is that was one of the most fucked up informational pieces that was passed down to so many people. That's not true. You dig what I'm saying? I got police officers in my family. I got retired sheriffs in my family. My cousin down here worked for the Southern Bureau of Investigation in my family. So, you know, every aspect of a law enforcement is not bad. But when you live in a criminal life, it's so fucked up that you just got to isolate yourself and stay in a cornered space wherever you go in life, because you're still trying to live that gangster life. You dig what I'm saying? So when it come to Poe and him being involved, unfortunately, with the death of my man, I got mans that was involved with the deaths of a bunch of other niggas' mans. They may feel the way that I feel about ALPO. Shit, it's dudes that may feel that way about dudes that I may know that may be in jail or may have been accused or may not be alive, or dudes that may be free that pulled in a bunch of allegations pertaining to their friends losing their lives. So, but I don't believe he's not there. I don't believe he's not gone. I don't believe that he's gone one bit, because he was too much of a flashy person. He always wanted to be the main attraction. He always wanted it to be lights, camera, and action when it came to him. So when I think about the whole concept of him leaving on October the 31st, Halloween, when everything is supposed to be a joke, everything is a costume, you know, a bunch of people are buying costumes and coming out trying to be people, pay attention, that they're trying to just emulate for one night. So out of all the people in the world that he emulated that night, people didn't pay attention. He went out as Jason. Did y'all get that? On Halloween, he was seen driving his truck erratically to a police station after he was allegedly shot up, and he was seen in front of witnesses throwing packets of what was turned out to be, after being recovered, heroin, bundles of heroin. That's a fact. And that said, dementia was loved in Harlem too. It's all part of the games it's all part of the games being played. See, the sad part about it is, it was a bunch of dudes in Harlem. Like I keep telling people, like the Fort Apache, Marty's game, that was the next block. So it was nothing to be on Utica Avenue next to Sam's Cleaners. Yo, let me tell y'all something. Yo, artists, I see you in the building. Yo, let me tell y'all something. I can't make this shit up. If you know anything about Utica Avenue, if you know about Sam's Cleaners, that was directly across the street from the legendary Iana's restaurant, 718-953-0266. When you talk about the magnitude of money that circulated through Utica Avenue, from Prospect Place to St. John's in Utica, I'm talking about dudes like Bionic. Like, I know this shit is a joke. If anybody know what I'm talking about, it's a dread dude by the name of Bionic. The dude used to walk around dirty. He used to walk around barefoot. He used to walk around filthy. He used to smoke crack. But all of the motherfucking murderers, the Horaces, the Marlins, the Spadoos, the Dennises, all of them was his nephews. All of them was his nephews and his family. So the whole empire was his. The reason why they ran it for him, because he was under the addiction of crack cocaine. Sam's Cleaners, anytime you go in Sam's Cleaners, you would be able to run across what was known as a legend from Brooklyn or Harlem. That block right there, it was just magical at certain times. People don't understand it. The Sun Guards, the Johnny Greenleys, the Tuckers, my pops, my uncle, you know what I'm saying, the Marvins, you know what I'm saying, the Russells, Johnny Greenlee mother, Miss Greenlee, like, y'all, it's like Poe went out like a bang. Poe went out like a bang because he used to being on stage. But the part that people never paid attention to, this is the part I want y'all to pay attention to before we get out of here. The part people never paid attention to. When he allegedly died, he had on a Jason mask. Remember, y'all, Jason never died. Peace.
Another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me?
why it's knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Man, woman, and children. Sun, moon, and stars. Everything exists, has to coexist within. Like I said, another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me?